Hello guys, it's James and we're here for our round one betting tips. Holy heck, what a huge start to the season. That was huge. Round zero, like, it was not enough footy. I want my 9 games, but man, did we make the most of those 5 games on hand. So that was awesome. Thank you so much for like the support. The YouTube is like the videos are popping off with more views than last year. The Discord channel is active. The comment section on the YouTube video. So yeah, really appreciate it because I find it very hard to try and get 9 bets of footy. Well, last week was 5, but I find it very hard to get all my bets, consolidated in a video. So I have to do the posts, or I have to do an updated form guide in the YouTube comments section. But yeah, it just really goes a long way that you guys like it or comment, and let me know that you guys are seeing it. And thank you so much for like the thank you messages, the let's go, or even if someone like Bailey Smith down below just missed. There's like oh, damn it, he just missed. Any of those sort of comments, it's like, it's all positive. It's all about the game. It's all about who we bet on. So yeah, you guys have been amazing to start the year. So thank you so much. Otherwise, fuck yeah, literally up $500 already. I'll go through the bets that I included. There's one little bonus one in there, which I'll explain because I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do going forward, because these Sunday games, I think it's just because I've just started the year and I'm a little bit slow, because right now, I'm going to be honest, I haven't had a chance to do the Sunday games, and I was up till like 1 a.m. last night. I got up at 7 a.m. this morning to try and get it done. I'm just a lot slower. So hopefully when I get the ball rolling, I'll be able to pump the bets out. It's not getting the data. It's literally just me trying to choose and hone in on the players. And I feel like that extra time, it's early, but so far me putting in that extra half hour per game is paying off so far, so I'm happy about that. So if that does mean the Sunday bets aren't included in this video, I might have to do a post about it, so be it at this rate. But I'll keep you guys posted. I will have a little note for the Sunday games, so we'll go over that when we get to it. But for the meantime, let's recap how we went on opening round. It was huge. Bet 1. What a start. Like, just some of the games we've bet on recently have been insane. What a start. Matt Roberts, touchless in the first quarter. Zach Williams could have been taken off with an injury with that shoulder. Justin McInerney actually had an amazing game. That was fantastic. Brody Grundy hit with, what was it, like 90 seconds left? A minute and a half? Wild. And then Isaac Heaney could have been taken off with that knee to the head. So Ollie Florent hit him with his knee. That sounds weird to say. Ollie Florent playing for Carlton at the time, or now. But yeah, Isaac Heaney could have easily missed that game. So bet 1 to start the year, already so many chances of it fucking up, but it didn't. All the boys hit. I'm going to speed through this because it's like 9:30 on the Saturday. I need to get to the Saturday games. This one, Christian Petrarca, best on ground. That was one of his, probably the best game I've ever seen. The rest of the players, all fine. Bailey Smith, though, something to note, he's the only guy who missed. He only missed 25 disposals twice last year. Look, you can see his little yearly hit rate. He was 91%. Sometimes I'll see people worry about the 25 disposal bracket. People might think it's too much. The bracket for the player is like correlative to how they actually play. So a 10 posi bracket, oh, it sounds small. 10 posies is great. But for someone like Charlie Cameron or something who barely gets 10 posies, or like it's the same, the odds relate to their bracket. So 25 posies, yes, it's a big number, but Bailey Smith, who missed it twice last year by 3 posies and 2 posies. So it's the reason why I think he missed, though, 1 is a little bit gassed and Gold Coast running ragged. 2, another thing, his CBA count was actually very low. So he had 42% CBAs. And if anyone who watched that game, you probably would have noticed he played a lot of wing. So I don't know if it's going to be the case going forward. I didn't like that at all. I don't like seeing your star best player who can average like 30 touches being left out on the wing. Maybe it's a new tactic by Geelong while Warple was in the game. They want Bailey Smith, who's probably got a better tank, to be out on the wing. We'll see. There's no Warple this week, and the game's at home against Freo, so we'll see. But just something to note for Bailey Smith. Every time some player misses, it's great to sort of know why, because I don't like banning players. I'll see that it's all fun and games, but I'll see that many people say, I'm never betting on this player again. This person is banned. Understand why they missed, I think, is very critical, because they could just have a bad game. And if you start adding players to your ban list, you're never going to bet on anyone again. Everyone misses. That's how footy works. You can't, no one's 100% and you're going to get good odds. So let's just understand what's going on. Maybe we bet on him again. Maybe we don't. Let's see what's going forward. But yeah, for this game, played a lot of wing, and I think that really hampered why he didn't get 25 posies. Next game, bet 3. GWS Hawthorn, yeah, that one was fine. There was a great chain of play where I think it was like Connor Nash handballed to Newcomb, who handballed to McDonald, who kicked it to Watson for a goal. Or it was something like that. Everyone got a touch except Lockie Whitfield, but he was fine. Yeah, so I think that was great. Again, sorry, I would go into these games a little bit further. Oh, one comment I want to do, note for this one. I wasn't bullish on James Sicily to start this game, and he looked great. He looked like the Sicily of like 2 years ago, so might be something to note going forward. Game 4, Brisbane Lions versus Bulldogs. I was at this game. It was a great game. Sucks how Lions just lost a close one, but yeah, that was awesome to be at. Doggies put on a good show. I thought Brisbane were going to run away with it when they got, I don't know, like 4 or 5 goals ahead near 3/4 time, but yeah, no. Tim English, Bontempelli, Ed Richards, seeing those big name players and stuff just at the Gabba, it's awesome. So that one hit. Matty Kennedy started great early. Bailey Williams, I was worried, and then I've probably seen goal of the year. That was wild by Bailey Williams, zigging and zagging, selling candy, and then snapped it. Fuck that. This was a good game, but yeah, unlucky Lions just lost, but the bet got up. So and so remember how I've said to anyone who's new and subscribing and who's listening to this at the moment, I really advocate the bonus bets. So you'll see this game missed by 1 leg. It's covered. I should have done it on the GWS game, but I actually wanted to do it on the Brisbane game. So the bonus bet goes straight into this one. I've only got $25 on Ladbrokes at the moment, but I have a $50 bonus bet on Neds, which I only just realized. So I might have to change who I'm mainly using. Anyway, but the bonus bet strategy, it's nothing crazy. The bonus bets, like, it's not free. Well, you shouldn't take it as free money. It's that opportunity to try and get it back and some. And the way to do that is not going crazy, not throwing out some stupid Hail Mary. Just keep the same strategy. The 4 or 5 legs for around $3. You just keep that strategy going. So that's how we get that little bonus bet to add to the tally. Game 5, though, the last one of the round. St Kilda versus Collingwood, Sunday night. So yeah, this one... Mateus Philippou, I think, was on, 10 disposals or something at halftime, or maybe even more. He was looking home and hose, and then, fuck, he cut it really fine. I think he hit with a minute to go. Marcus Windhager started quiet. I'm so glad he wasn't used as the tagging role. He was used on that halfback role that he was used in the preseason, and I'm pretty sure to the tail end of last year, he was rotating between on ball and halfback, so he stayed pretty much halfback that entire game. And he looked fantastic. So I really hope they don't shoebox him into that tagging role that all the commentators and all the footy analysis do. Just tag Dacos, just tag this. Like, yeah, Marcus Windhager, I feel like, is just an absolute great player. And I feel like his ceiling is just going to stay down here if he's kept a tagger. So maybe they have to do it for the big games. Like Nick Dacos getting 41, you probably won it for him. Yeah, sure, maybe you tag him for that game. But otherwise, I hope Windhager's still good odds coming up, because I like him for that price. Also, so I've included, this is the extra bet I've included, so I didn't do as much on it, but I posted this in the YouTube comments section, which I'm going to show now, and I'm going to show later. I just really want the message to get across. So I updated the odds for the Sunday game because they weren't great at the time. So if you go to my YouTube thingo and you click on the video, this is the one that it was last week. So, and then you scroll down the comments, the comment that I'm going to pin, if there's any changes to the Sunday games or whatever happens, if you click on this link, I'm starting to include the form guide for the games that have changed. So what was it, game 5? These are the players that I chose in the bet based off the current odds at the time. So because I do the video Thursday night, like Friday morning, a lot of the odds had changed. So I'm like, if I was betting again, this would be my new bet. And that bet is this one here. So that's why I'm including that one. I'm actually just getting a call from Jono right now. So I'm going to end the recap right now, answer Jono's phone call, and we're going to quickly get into Saturday's bets. So we'll talk soon. All right, peace. Alrighty, guys, we're here for the Saturday bets. Jono's joined us, so we've quickly done the recap. I've spoken about the Sunday games that'll come up, but right now, Jono's here for these 4 upcoming Saturday games, which is awesome. How are you, Jono?
Yeah, good. This is why we punt.
Yep. So. What? We were, everything was popping off last night. Jono's referring to, there was a funny comment. I think it was the kid Skid on Discord. Yeah, just made us laugh. This is why we punt. Like, for a game that's dead and it's completely over for every other footy fan, but for us who are on the punt looking for Archie Roberts to get 2 more posies with 20 seconds left, that is the wildest thing I've ever seen. So what an ending.
Yeah, you've already mentioned it, but yeah, the NRL broke the try record last night, but we was the one storming the field.
Yeah, everyone storms the field for Archie Roberts getting his 20th touch. Yeah. Let's go.
The Footy Flooders Discord just fucking running.
No, that was awesome. We're going to quickly move on to the games because we're a little bit behind, but this Saturday one, the Doggies versus Giants, the picks are Sam Darcy for 10, Bailey Williams for 15, Harry Himmelberg for 15, Bont for 20, Lockie Whitfield for 25. So I'll just quickly run through those before handballing to Jono. Sam Darcy for 10. He had 10 on Harris Andrews at the Gabba in probably one of the hardest games they're already going to have for the season.
And no Sam Taylor.
Exactly. So no Sam Taylor. In his last games, I've got here on the right-hand side, I used to have their average, but what I'm trying to do now is break it up into just the actual games because I go look for that data anyway, so I may as well show it here. We've got him going 12, 12, and 13. So he's hit in his last 3 games against the Giants, which I think is great. He's 10 out of 10, $1.28. Yeah, what more you can say? Sam Darcy. I think the Doggies are going to beat GWS by a couple of goals. And we've seen transition footy that the full forwards are actually getting a fair few touches.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think if you'd almost can add 1 or 2 onto your full forwards, and maybe just all your forwards in general, add an extra 1 or 2 touches onto their last year's.
Yeah.
And maybe take those 1 or 2 touches off the midfielders.
Yeah. So. But for now, get him at 10 posies, which is great. Bailey Williams, who we had for 14 last week, had a very quiet start and then kicked goal of the year. He looked fantastic. If we just can still get him for 15 after 25, I usually don't like betting on a player after their best game in ages, but he's still in the same bracket, so I'm happy to take that.
Yep. No, that sounds good.
Yeah. Harry Himmelberg for 15 posies, 9 out of 10. Look at his last 4 games. His lowest there is 17 posies against the Doggies. So I think Harry Himmelberg will have a good job. I don't think he'll have to go on Sam Darcy. I think that's going to be Buckley. So I think Harry Himmelberg will do what he usually does and just provide help and intercept mark and an option for when Whitfield or Ash are switching the play. So 15 is not much for him. The other one there is Bontempelli for 20. So he missed by 1 posie last week against the Lions. He was thrown forward. He also was thrown back late. I think that that coaching strategy, you don't have to take the same path with the Giants and throw Bont forward to try and win the game. I think, if anything, he's just going to get that extra 1 or 2. He's having a Brownlow year. There's no Toby Bedford. No, there shouldn't be a chance of a tag. I think Bont gets 1 more than he did against the reigning premiers. John is just on mute, but anytime you want to say something, just pop in.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, if they're going to waste Bont at forward against today in a game like today, like if the Giants their forward line's not good enough to get scores on the board, I'd be very concerned as a Doggies fan. They should be able to do it without Bont having to save their ass every time.
Yeah, exactly. So I understand the move for the Lions, but yeah, as Johnny said, against the Giants today, I think Bont should be fine to just play on ball. Lockie Whitfield coming out of half back there. He looked just as solid as he has done. Very consistent. $1.20, 10 out of 10, and he's just absolutely smashed it out of the park. He's getting 30 posies like a minimum every time he's versus the Dogs. So really,
kick in big. Not going to change.
Yeah. In the 10 posie bracket here, we'll quickly scroll through, but again, we won't try and linger too much. Sam Darcy's the only one who sticks out here in the 10 posie bracket. Down to the 12. Ryan Angwin, again, he just hit last week. Just don't know enough about his game style or rotations or anything yet. So maybe just keep in mind. Oscar Baker, who I usually really like, his game time was just around, I think in between 65 and 70%. So just not really cementing himself. But I know Sam Davidson and there was another rookie who was also taking the wing along with Bailey Williams. So I think he can still hit, but it's going to be a close one for Baker.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he's he's that. It's almost like he's that guy that was the fringe sub. Now the sub's gone. It's probably his best thing that could happen to him, but it's just always like maybe he gets 50% game time today.
Yeah. Like I'm bullish, but just not enough for these guys up top here. So I like him, but I just want to see him just maybe really cement himself a little bit, especially while some more rookies are coming in. So when they're trying to get game time into the other rookies, the 23rd, 22nd player is also getting reduced. So keep that in mind. Into the 14 posse bracket, Lockie Bramall. Yeah, he just hit, but you also got to remember Connor Buderick had probably one of the best opening games for the Doggies, and that was fantastic. So now you got him and Dale, taking kick out. So Lockie,
I am intrigued to see if that lasts. Will be interesting.
As in Connor.
Buderick, Buderick last. I don't know. I'm glad we're not betting it this week. Is all I'm saying. I just want to see if that's a legit thing that's going to continue.
Don't get me wrong. When I was watching him last week, this is kind of... We'll get to him. But yeah, anyway. So Lockie Bramall has those two to contest with now. And also the rookie Jacques, he also took a couple of kickouts down there. Yeah. So Bramall, I think he can hit. But that 4.7 above his bracket might not be as juicy as it once was. So he's got a couple of 20 posse games in the back end here. That could just go down to the low to medium teens. Connor Iden, usually safe as houses, missed his last two games to the end of the year. He has an 88% hit rate. I love Connor Iden, but maybe let's just give him time because, towards the back end of the year, his posies did drop off. 14, 14, 9, 13. Let's just see if he can get back to his...
We definitely wouldn't go near it today purely because of the... No, Sam Taylor might have to play a bit... not a bit taller, but he might have to just chop out a bit. That's the only thing.
And I think... Giants, if he is the one to probably lose the posse count, you've got Ash and Whitfield taking all the kicks, so Connor Iden isn't going to hurt you by foot, but he's going to do his role.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. 15 posse bracket, a couple new ones emerge. We've spoken about Williams and Himmelberg and Bramall, but Joel Frazier, his CBAs last week, so I was a bit off him. I didn't think he was going to get as many CBAs as some others did, just because he pretty much died on the wing in the second half of last year, but he got 30%. And against the reigning premiers, I think that's something that they want to pursue. So
I wonder, though, did he get that because the Bond had to go forward?
Yeah, that's actually probably a good point.
So Bond stayed in the midfield where he should be playing. Obviously, don't get me wrong, it was a genius move. It worked, but they're not going to be... I don't think they'll be relying on that every week. So today, if Bond doesn't have to go forward, is it Frazier the one that's playing forward, I guess?
Yep. No, that's a good thing to look out for. Tim English... He probably had the game. John and I thought he would have got the 3 votes last week. He was, especially being there as well. I know he's tall and stuff, but he had a presence. He was dominating the ruck. He was running Darcy Fort ragged. But that being said, he only just got 16 posies. So
yeah, it really worries me, these new ruck rules and stuff. I actually don't hate it for today, just because it's
Briggs.
Big boy Briggs. And he's a slow motherfucker. But and Darcy Fort, not the best ruckman, but he is still quite mobile, and he is not a bad runner. Briggs has got no fucking hope today.
Yep.
So if we would add another leg, I would add Tim English, I think.
Yep. So. No, nice. So that's the 15 plus. Into the 16, it's the same candidates. Riley Sanders is playing today, but again, he's always been... He was getting the sub vest, less game time. So yes, he looked amazing in the practice match, but you got to remember, he didn't get selected. He's only getting the call up today because I think Artie Jones got concussed. So
50% game time.
Yep. Yeah, so just careful with Riley Sanders. He can accumulate it a lot, but it's just whether Bevo likes him or not. So, onto the 18 posse bracket. Connor Buderick. Yep, so this is who John and I were speaking about before. Gold Coast wasn't getting his opportunities, came over to the Dogs, and boy, did he get his opportunities. So, it was great to see. And what's even crazy, right? Everyone who watches, footy as intensely as we do, know Bailey Dale is the kick-out king back there. But Connor Buderick had 8 kick-ins to Bailey Dale's 4. So he had double the amount of kick-ins, which is crazy to see. And as Jono said, is this going to last? Is this going to be how it is at the Doggies? If it is, yes. But this might be the last time we can get him for a good price like this.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you're keen on that price, that's for sure. But I think the word is that Bailey Dale, I think we know because of the injury, he was underdone last week. He wasn't ready to go, so he was like gassed the whole fucking game. Once Bailey Dale, give it a couple of weeks, I feel like Bailey Dale's getting majority of those kick-ins.
Yep, actually that's a good point because Bailey Dale missed the practice match before that game, so yeah, you're right. Not many other options. Stephen Caniglio hit last week, but I don't see it consistently. So
never in a million years.
Yeah. On to the 20. Actually, we can get the 20, 22, and 25 all shown here on one screen. Bont, who we spoke about, I'm bullish. I think he's going to be on ball more. And let's say worst case scenario, he still plays a little bit in the forward line. I think Doggies are going to beat GWS more than how they beat Brisbane. So if anything, the ball's going to be near him a lot more wherever he's playing.
Yeah, I think it's Clayton Oliver and Finn Callahan will have a crack, but Finn's a bit sore too, so yeah.
Yep, keep that in mind. Matthew Kennedy, who started out on fire, I think he's really solid. He is the one who's still staying around the midfield. Tom Liberatore, CBA's dropped off a little bit, but we kind of expected that going in. Matthew Kennedy was the one in front of Bont, him and Libba had the same amount of CBAs, but what I'm getting at is I think Matthew Kennedy's role is really just locked in place. Libba might go half back, ease up a little bit. But yeah, Kennedy has been really solid. Onto the 22, it's the same candidates. Liberatore still got a lot, even when he's playing half back and has to help out around the ball. So yeah, I mean, the concern is with Liberty's age and his concussion, but he just keeps doing it. So
he's just the shovel. And my worry, I thought for sure being a fast flowing game last week, he's not going to be able to get near it, and he's still got 28. So.
Yep. So yeah, I do like Libba, so he'd be someone who is close to being included after that. But Lockie Whitfield, 10 out of 10, and his last couple of games against the Doggies have been insane. He only missed twice last year, so I really like Lockie Whitfield. Kick out king. Finn Callahan, Jono said, might be a little bit underdone. Came out with 26 in a good win against Hawthorn. So
took a bit to get going too.
Yep, he started out really slow. So I think he was I can't remember his touches, but he was on 19 Supercoach points or something near halftime, and then he really got going. So just be careful.
He's a great runner. His skill is that he can outrun everyone. Later in the game is where he racks them up. So don't get me wrong there, but if he's genuinely sore and he's got that hip injury that he came to the season with, I would, it's not hard to see him dropping 2 touches with all that going on.
Yep. No, agreed. And then the last one there that I just want to speak about is Lockie Ash. So for kickouts for GWS, again, it's not all about the kickouts because whoever kicks out could easily kick into the next in line, you know what I mean? They're still going to get their touches. Lockie Ash only got 3 though to Lockie Whitfield's 8. So let me say it again. Lockie Whitfield got 8. Lockie Ash got 3. So I think Lockie Ash is still coming, but he just doesn't have that consistency that Whitfield does. Lockie Ash can have a 20 posse game where he had 2 13s. Whitfield has been far more consistent. That's why I've highlighted him. And Lockie Ash, I'm just going to wait and see because I think we could get him in a lower bracket soon.
Yep, that sounds good.
Goal scorers, the only ones I'm bullish on here. So John and I spoke offline about this, but what we've started to realize is the goal scorers is becoming an actual decent bracket because the transition footy, the good team, look, it doesn't even matter really. The good teams are going to blow away a lot more and kick 150 points, and then the close games are being 100 each. So there's definitely opportunities for the goal scorers to have 2.
I take back what I said before about Tim English being the next one. I think Sam Darcy for 2 is just so easy.
And I mean, look at Aaron Norton. He's 10 out of 10. What the fuck? Oh, sorry.
We had Gunner last night. What was it? It was 9 out of 10 for 3 goals in a game. What the fuck?
And then he kicks 5.
Yeah. So it's just okay. If there's any sniff of a weak defense, they're going to score.
Yeah, exactly.
Even to that now, I don't really rate Dogs defense. Jesse Hogan for multiples wouldn't be. Jesse just worries me a bit. I just feel like Darcy and Norton are all safe options and Jesse, but against a weak Dogs defense, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think so too. Just want to reiterate, it's usually a bracket that we never go into, but the games are becoming more high scoring. The players are getting tired, so they're bombing it down long, and the player who doesn't have to run too much is the full forward who can just clunk one or get a free kick or run onto it. So yeah, really don't mind these picks. now. We might reassess that later when maybe the teams sort of adapt to the new rules better. But for right now, transition footy, high-scoring footy is here. So let's remember that.
I think in 6 weeks' time, the coaches might have figured this out. But for now, we might be able to benefit off it.
Yep. Anyone else you want to talk about before we go to game 4?
Just one. 15 bracket,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't mind. What's Toby?
Oh, yeah, not much value, but
Yeah, they killed him. Damn it. Yeah.
I see where you're going, though. Toby Green for 16, though. So he had a great game last week. Expected, sorry. I probably should highlight that. I do like Toby Green there.
Yeah, I feel like unfortunately the people already caught onto it. It would have been a nice one to maybe we could have milked for a couple of weeks, but I feel like he's already been almost just like the $1.22 is just not juicy enough for that risk.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. For someone a bit more consistent, love $1.20, but yeah, for Toby Green, look at his last game, 17, 11, 15 against the Doggies. Yes, that's when he's playing more forward and he's going to have to help in the midfield, but yeah, he just we'll see.
He's going to have to go fight Bond today. So.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're best friends. Haven't you seen the doco?
Yeah, they're getting coffees now.
Anyway, so that's game 4. No, it was game 3, sorry. Let's move on to game 4, where we have Geelong versus Freo. So, one thing I just want to show straight off the bat, and you'll see it in my first pick, which is Carl Warner for 10. Have a look at this article, Jono. Nearly the best I've seen. Sarong calls a breakout on one of the Dockers. So Sarong is suggesting Carl Warner's going to have a breakout year.
And we're believing everything we read.
Yeah, exactly. So all jokes aside, I do like Carl Warner for stat-wise, but this was an article that was just almost just selling me across the line because if I'm being honest, like 12... Wait, did I have him for... yeah, it was 12 posies in the back line there. You know who's not getting picked, who players are actually playing better? There's Heath Chapman, Carl Warner, Judd McVie. Luke Ryan isn't getting a game because these players are doing their role and playing so well.
Well, Luke's coming back, I still think, but you're right. He's being kept out of the side right now because they'd rather go with a healthy young gun that's playing decent than a young player that's been consistent versus Luke Ryan who's underdone.
So that's a
big thing. So.
Yeah, sorry, that's a good little clarification. I think, Luke Ryan will come back, but for now, they're really happy to ride their younger guns. And Carl Warner, at $1.38, 10 out of 10 for, I think that is just a great price down there. So he'll be playing at GMHBA. I think he's every chance. There was another pick I was going to include. I included Carl Warner. We'll get to that when we get to later in the Posse bracket. But for the meantime, Ollie Dempsey on the wing. Yes, the wingers don't get as much at GMHBA, but he plays there every second week. Though. Yeah, he does. So averages 4.3 more than what he needs to. I really like that. Shai Bolton, it's actually a bit interesting here. You'll see he hasn't played Geelong in the last 2 years. So I think he's every chance. He only missed... This is 14 posse bracket, right? We're not asking Shai Bolton for 16 or 18. This is 14. He missed twice last year for the 14 posse bracket. So yes, he can be erratic. He can have games where he gets 9 posies, but only 2 misses last year. It's very hard to ignore.
Yeah, I think that's 100%. As long as he doesn't come out with like the St Kilda game with the fucking 2 touches and
so that's
50-meter penalties against.
Yeah, so he can have those games, but 90% of the time he's hitting.
I think Geelong's right for the picking right now too.
Yep. Hayden Young, you'll notice a couple of Hayden Young's disposal games are in red brackets for highlight for low game time. But he was 75% game time in the Pracky. He is really stepping up. He's only had that one injury season last year, and then the other 2 were fine before that. And just before I pass to you, Jono, you got to remember, Geelong are still persistent with the tag at the moment. I feel like they're going to go to Sarong or Brayshaw first before...
No, you can't take a bull like Hayden Young.
Yeah, and again, we're asking for 18 posies at the moment, so we're not asking for 20, 22 for Hayden Young. I think 18 is still very achievable.
Yeah, I think what you said right there about Geelong and the tag, they don't have the midfielder. I feel like they still don't know what their midfield is. They're still opting to have at least one tagger at most CBAs. And I can't remember the stat off my top head, but remember last year, if you kept Sarong below, I think it was 25, Fremantle lost something like 80% of the time or something ridiculous like that. So.
No, that's a good call. So I feel like they're going to tag one of those players first. So I think Hayden Young has every chance to just sort of go this game uninterrupted, get his game time, really start this year off strong. Brian Myers, his 83% for 18 posies, and in a walloping where Gold Coast smacked...
28.
He got 28. in a very one-sided game. So Brian Myers is one of the best high half forwards going around. He has such a great dead-eye kick. I can't leave him on the table there.
Yeah, I don't think 28 is going to be his average for the year, but
No.
far out. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
No, he was averaging 23 in his last 10 games. So he has, like 2 years ago, I'd never been betting on Brian Myers. The last year or so, he has just stepped up into really racking it up. So he's done very well. We'll fly through. None here in the 10 posi bracket. You can see, again, we probably would speak about more, but we're just pressed for time at the moment. In the 12 posi bracket, Carl Warner's the one that really stands out there. It's great to see. Interrupt me, John, if you have anything to say.
Oh,
yeah?
Have I seen him yet? He might not be in our bracket. Yeah, too early. I would have loved Luke Jackson for a +14. Would have loved it.
Oh, yeah, you can see him coming up. He's just off screen for you guys,
Yeah.
but we're coming up to him. 14 posi bracket. There's actually a fair few to select from. Lawson Humphreys, I just want to see more consistency. You'll notice I just highlighted him then. I like him. Great in the Origin. Can have big games, but I just want to see it consistently because tail end of last year, he really fell off. Also, it's kind of when
He burnt us a couple of bets last year too.
He did. And Tom Stewart, I thought was going to just maybe decline and Lawson Humphreys would come up, but Tom Stewart is just still staying there at that mantle. If Tom Stewart is fit, it's hard for me to see Lawson Humphreys getting 20 posies.
Also, Lawson only getting 16. Like, the ball lived in your back line last week. Like, the ball was in front of you, man.
Yep. And then when you got someone like Zach Guthrie, who, believe it or not, I'm not that bullish on Zach Guthrie accumulating the ball, but he's winning more of his own footy, providing an option, 9 out of 10. So, I don't know, at that point, I'd rather go Zach Guthrie.
Also, him and Tom Stewart love to kick into each other.
Yep.
Just a little chip kick into the pocket.
Yep. No, good point. We've spoken about Ollie Dempsey, Shai Bolton. Sean Manor, bullish on last year. It's almost a wait and see this year because I know he can do it. I know he's got 14 posies in him. He did it for ages, but that 10 posi game in a one-sided one, I think Sean Manor has every chance, but I don't know.
I like it more. Like, I'm glad we've highlighted it. Don't know if I'd go it, but now Dangerfield and Jeremy are back, I believe, right, today?
I think you're right.
He doesn't have to sit in the goal square as much.
Oh, like yeah, so that's a good point. So he'll be up around the ball. Yeah,
he should be a bit higher this week. He might be back to his normal, go get some tackles, all that stuff.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. On to the 15, it's similar candidates down here, but the new ones that have emerged, Luke Jackson, Jono's boy. So obviously, like the unicorn, you can play everywhere at the moment. And if there's no Sean Darcy, which there is. It means Luke Jackson.
Shrek's back. Shrek might only play 50% though.
You're right. He's going to have low game time, but what they're also trying to push this year. Also, I'm thinking two things at once. Luke Jackson didn't get as much footy when Sean Darcy played last year, but that was last year. This year, they're really trying to get Luke Jackson into the midfield or the ruck. So he's either going to play the ruck when Sean Darcy's off, or he's going to be around ball, which is much better than being in the ruck or the deepest forward. So I think what I'm trying to say is I think Luke Jackson this year is going to be much more reliable than what he was last year.
Yeah, I don't think it's him rotting at the goal square anymore. It's if he's not touching the ball in the forward line, it's get him up around the ball.
Yep. No, I think so too. Matty Johnson and Neil Erasmus, I think they're both strong candidates there on the wing. Neil Erasmus had a lot of low game time last year. You can see there a couple of red ones. So he was used as sub or, just not enough. So it might help him with the 5 on the bench, but what we've seen lately is a lot of teams are really limiting 1 or 2 players. I don't think it'll be him, but that worry is there, so I can't do it with that worry on my mind. Matty Johnson, though, I like a bit more if I was to go one of the wingers.
It's a tough one with them. Like, it's Freo midfield. You just don't know. Like, even Shai Bolton gets a lot of CBAs for a guy you wouldn't think get any. I think he sometimes gets around that 22% mark. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine if he gets in there a couple times to just try and get a touch or two.
The reason I bring him up is just like the reason that new Erasmus, you're like, I just don't know if you're going to get that time that I need. So.
No, I don't expect them to get midfield minutes, but I expect them to be helping around stoppages and stuff when it's on the wing or half forward. 16, it's the same guys there, so let's quickly keep going. 18 and 20, Hayden Young and Brian Myers, it's the ones we've spoken about. Tom Stewart and Tom Atkins are just not quite enough value, and Tom Atkins, he's played so well the last year or so, but I just don't see him as that hungry accumulator like a Holmes or a Bailey Smith, so I can't go him any higher than 18. No one else. Murphy Reed, yes, he had an amazing pracky match, but hold on. Let's just...
Kicked 4 last time he played Geelong.
Oh, he did. John and I were both at that game, and yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome to see. I've got Tommy Atkins here highlighted because he fits the stats, but you can just tell by my my concern in my voice that, you know, he had a hit rate of 50% last year for 20 touches. He's not that strong accumulator. He just gets it by working hard.
I think that bracket's only happened because of the no Warple. They think, oh, he'll obviously spike because there's no Warple. But yeah, nah.
No, I think you're right too. I'm just going to show the 22 to 30 bracket. That no Warple factor really wanted me to include Bailey Smith. So you notice
if he doesn't get the CBAs today, I'm very concerned.
Yep. So I said at the start of the video that Bailey Smith missed last week, and I think there was two main reasons. One, he looked very gassed, and Gold Coast ran him over. Two, he had 40% CBAs, which is the lowest he's had in ages, and he was sitting out on the wing for a lot of that game. So with no Warple, as Jono said, I think Bailey Smith goes back into the centre bounces. He was in the bed slip, but Carl Warner just kicked him out last second. So I love a guy to bounce back, and I think Bailey Smith can do it. So yeah, I like the pick.
Yeah, I really didn't like Bailey's game last week.
Yeah, and he only just hit. He had a couple of possessions late when the game's done. So
I guess that's a credit to him in a way, though, is that he looked shocking and he was 2 off.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly.
He couldn't have played worse, and he was so close to hitting. So if he plays 10% better, he's hitting.
Yep. No, good point. Max Holmes has just been an up-and-coming star, looked amazing, so I can see why you'd want to take that one too. So I can't argue with either one of these, that could be just as close getting the bet slip, these boys. To the goal scorers, Ollie Dempsey, who is 81% hit rate last year. I don't think he'll be playing forward because, you know, Dangerfield and Cameron are there. But what do wingers do, especially high transition games of footy? If they're on the fat side and the ball is pinging up, they are making ground, they are running, he's going to provide an option at some point or another. So yeah, I really rate Ollie Dempsey. I
think the only guy I don't hate Tracy, honestly, for the two, but last year watching him play Geelong, I don't know, he just struggled with that ground.
Yeah, he did struggle from memory. I'm pretty sure he struggled early, but yeah, the big kahuna has hit the preseason strong. He looks great. Look at his last month as well. So don't mind Josh Tracy.
I think, and you can probably tell by our bet slip, we're probably gauging more towards the... to me, if Freo are legit and they want to be taken seriously as top 14, they need to go in Geelong and just win it by 30 points.
Yep.
But I don't think it will be. It's Geelong and Geelong. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a hard game to win.
Yep.
So.
I think so too. Just before we move on, I forgot to mention there's probably 3 players. Tanner Bruin spiked the fuck up, so I'm glad we got him last week, but he's jumped 2 posi brackets. We got him for 18 plus, now he's in 22. I think he's every chance he can hit, but let's just, I'm happy to get him on that first game where I know he's going to play strong, but now everyone's jumped on, so let's just see where he lies.
Let's see what happens with him Well, I'm intrigued. If Warple's not there, is he getting more... If he gets the CBA bump and Bailey Smith doesn't, I'm very concerned.
That could happen, but what I think will happen is I'm almost positive Tanner Bruin is going to play the whole year in the back line. Jono thinks he might go into the midfield around halfway through the year. I just feel like they're going to give him a whole year, boost his confidence up, average maybe 20 to 25 posies in the back line, and then next year he's just going to really crash in there and bump Warple out. Because they signed Warple, so Warple has to play in the midfield. He's not there today, but Warple can't play anywhere else. Tanner Bruin has shown he can.
Yeah, Warple's literally out of all those Cats midfielders. Bailey can play wing, Holmes can play back flank, Bruin can play back flank. Atkins and Warple have to play there.
Yep.
So
couldn't agree more.
Almost a bad signing in a way, I think.
Yeah. Andrew Brayshaw and Caleb Sarong, not enough for 22 and not consistent enough for 25 when they most likely will get tagged. So just want to highlight that. But anyone else, Jono, before we move on?
No, let's shoot it.
Yep, nice. 2 more to go, guys. So game 5, we have Sydney versus Brisbane. So I'll be glued to the screen watching this one. Let me update the bet. Okay, here we go. No, oh fuck, did I forget to include? 1 sec, boys, 1 sec. All right, now for game 5, just had to get the bet slip organized. I just realized I saved over the Brisbane one, but we've got Jake Lloyd for 15, Fletcher, Blakey, Berry, all for 18. Callum Mills for 20. I was just freaking out. I was like, where the fuck did Berry go? But it's because he's down the bottom there. It kind of went out of order. All these guys, and yeah.
All run and guns. Except
Yep.
for both. Mills will rack it up, but all the other 4 run and guns.
Yep.
So.
You can see these are all half backers and all wingers. So I don't know. Some bets, I'm bullish on all the bets I take. That's why I bet on them. But I don't know. This one just screams good value at the moment. So we'll see how we go when we actually get there. But none of them have missed in their last month and a half of footy. Jake Lloyd playing on the wing. I think he's every chance of getting outlet kicks from transition, from defence, up the ground. Great chance. Again, cut me off if you have anything to say, Jono. Jasper Fletcher, Nick Blakey. Yeah.
So yeah, I think what bracket did we have Blakey last week? 20.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was early signs. It was a bit. Oh no, early he went fire and then he backed off. But it was when Sydney kind of put the foot down, didn't it? So.
Yep.
Hopefully today being, I'm expecting a lot better performance from Brisbane than Coll did. I think, yeah. So I expect he has to do a bit more and use the ball a bit more. So.
Yep. No, I really think so too. And that being said, like as Jono pointed out, in a game where Sydney dominated, he still got 20 posies in a transition game of footy. So this is 18 posies. It's not as much. We can get him for $1.25. I think the ball's going to be pinging up and back there at the SCG. And Jasper Fletcher one side, Nick Blakey the other.
This stinks of 100-100.
Yep, I think it could be a very high scoring game too. Jared Berry, I love in the 16 posi bracket, but unfortunately he's gone up in price. I think because Hugh McCluggage
people think he's going to get the CBA minutes.
Yeah,
he ain't.
No, he's Jared Berry. Yeah, exactly. Jared Berry is, I think, one of the best wingers out there. I mean, obviously there's Errol Goulden and stuff, but Jared Berry is as consistent as they come. So 18 posi bracket is a bit of a stretch for me, but I know he can do it. Look at his last games against Sydney, 19, 27, 20, 18. I know he's got it in him.
Any concern from you as a Brisbane fan? Berry goes for Goulden?
I don't think he'll do a tagging role. Well, I'll quickly get to it now, but if we want to show Josh Dunkley's bracket, look what's happened to Dunkley the last couple of games. In finals and to start the year, his job seems to be a bit more defensive-minded.
I think he'll go Heaney.
He'll go Heaney. So I don't, like, Brisbane are not doing like some double tag thing. And Berry hasn't done a tag job since like Clayton Oliver in 2022.
And I think Goulden, we need to stop thinking Goulden as the wingman, I think.
Yeah, well, he plays wing, ball, and runs off half forward now.
That's what I mean. He just does whatever the fuck he wants. Like,
yeah.
He might line up on the wing, but it's fucking gone very quickly.
Yeah, so
and they've also got Sarong, Matty Roberts, that can play those, and Jake Lloyd playing a bit of wing as well. They don't really need Goulden on that wing anymore.
Yep. No, I think so too. And then the last one there was Callum Mills for 20, just kind of like Blakey, but Callum Mills is more the level-headed general down there. He'll take some kickouts. Nick Blakey's more break the game open, go for a run. But usually I don't like double dipping in the same position, but these boys have been very consistent back
25
there.
in a fucking thumping of Carlton. Like.
Yep. Yeah, I really rate all these picks. They're all 83% or higher. Their hit rate last year. This one just looks really good, but we'll see how we go when it comes to game day because no bet is certain. In the 10 posi bracket, Tom McCartan, he is 6 posies higher than what we're asking for in the 10. So by all means, I don't think it's a lock or anything, but I'm pretty sure, what's his name? Logan Morris is out too. So the 4 line will be Ty Gallop. Yeah. So
that's you guys are fucking struggling.
It's gonna be a rough game, but I'm still quietly confident. I don't know if they can win, but I don't think they're going to be like the $3-4 odds that they've got right now. So anyway,
I think you guys are going to struggle. It's honestly you're missing your best full forward, your best key forward,
our Australian
midfielder who's your best and fairest. Maybe Dunkley won your best and fairest, and then you're losing your captain and your centre half back.
Yep. So we've lost 2 captains. So
yeah, you got a third one though.
Yeah.
Your spine is just That's take it. Just sorry, like I know we need to run, but the kick-ins last week for Sydney, like we're talking about Blakey and Mills, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mills had only 2 kick-ins last, and this is purely because Carlton didn't kick another points. They still had their share of the kick-ins. Yep. Blakey got of his 21 last week, only 1 was from a kick-in.
That's a great point. And do you know who the second highest team was for scoring behinds last year? Brisbane. So
There
Brisbane
you
are
go.
very
And
inaccurate.
no, and you're going to be rolling with the makeshift forward line, so there could be a. I think Blakey's going to. They could get a couple of easy kicks down there.
Yep. So I rate both those guys. Brisbane, even without McCluggage, still have a strong midfield, so the ball's going to go down there. They have Zorko, they have Wilmont, they have Fletcher, they have people transitioning it out, so I think it's still going to go down there. Onto the 12 posse, Noah Ainsworth has come in. I still rate, he's usually very consistent, getting anywhere between like 10 and 15 posies. First game, let's just wait, but he'll probably be like on Papley or one of those small forwards. 14, no one really there in that bracket I like. I mean, Riley Bice tempted me a smidge just because he can avoid the sub vest that way. But yeah, not enough. 15, yeah.
So yeah, I think Riley Bice he's still getting a bit to kick into. I think he had the most kick-ins last week, but I think that was just a bit more. He was the lucky to be the guy there when the ball went through. So
yep.
Yeah, I think, but I do like Riley Bice. Let's keep an eye on him. Maybe not a blue though.
Yeah. Could be a blue next week, but let's see. Just because a lot of these games where he was struggling to get into the side. So if he's playing every week, then I'll consider him a bit more.
One would be, let's just keep an eye on him, but I reckon he might, let's see how it goes in the coming weeks. Bruce might start to slip into these 14 brackets.
I don't mind that. Just literally, we're speaking of Riley Bice getting not enough game time.
Let's remove those low time games. And yeah, and today as well, like they can't afford to not play him. So like, if you really wanted to, like, oh, don't mind Bruce, yeah.
No, not a bad call. 15 posse bracket. We have Lloyd, Roberts, and Grundy. Grundy just hit last week, but again, I kind of want to just. It's the same with English. I'm very bullish on English for GWS, but Ruckman as a whole, I kind of just want to see how the chips land in a week or two after all this heavy footy.
15 was I think it was our Todd Goldstein, like, cash cow, or the pig last week, right? You verse Todd Goldstein, you bet the other Ruckman for 15 no matter what. 15 seems unlikely for even the Primo, Grundys, and English rucks now, which last week was just a guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're Mark Pitney, who just seems to be just fucking racking it up.
Well, Brownlow medals, Mark Pitney. Also, just to the other side, obviously we wouldn't bet them, but Draper and Fort, just don't even bother, guys.
I can't wait to see Sam Draper. So some of those players, it's like I have no interest in betting on, but I can't wait to watch them. So
well, surely Draper's 50% max game time.
Yep, I reckon.
Actually, they'll plonk him at full forward.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to play until after the bye, but as what's happened and players have dropped, like Fly's suspension, injury, Draper's had to go, I think, 2 weeks earlier than what he was planned.
What do you think game time wise for Annabelle on debut?
Yeah, Brisbane are usually very reserved, I think, with just letting their young kids go. Like Ashcroft had limited minutes, and when I say this, I mean he had, I think, only like 2 sub games, Levi, last year, but he'd have like 70%. So I think Annabelle will step up, but also Brisbane lost last week. I feel like they can't just let this game slip and just let Annabelle just.
And I wouldn't think you're going to throw him to the wolves of Heaney, Gordon, right? Like
no. Yeah. So he looked good. I think I watched him in the Pracky match. He's $1.26 for 14, but I just think there's too much class there to throw a rookie in just yet.
Sorry, I know we're going to keep going, but a general question for you as a Brisbane fan. My understanding is that he's more of the Warple. Now, he's more I play midfield, and so I play midfield, and that's my position. He's not like the Levi's and stuff where just put him out on the wing for a bit, put him on the high forward. I think this kid is I need to be in that midfield to do my best work. So let's just leave it for this week. But I'm interested to see how many CBAs he gets, or where they try and plonk him when they can't put him in that midfield.
Yep. So. Also, just note, he didn't play in the practice match against Gold Coast, the Amy one. So I don't know. I want to see it first. And
it must have been some sort of fucking reserve game last week.
Straight in. Yeah, exactly. So Roberts as well, who had a scoreless, touchless first quarter, but bounced back strong. And if he's playing on the wing or in the back line, he's every chance no matter what.
So didn't he fucking just like rejuvenate everyone's memory of that? Those 2 goals.
They're both outside 50. Just great
just kick. On the fucking weapon of a boot. Like, okay, this is the guy that stinks to me of like, let's just give it a minute. Let's just see what's going to happen.
Yep. So. Had a quite half an hour, but then showed, he can still play. So Yeah, I like Matty Roberts. If I go to the 16 posse bracket, Jared Berry, just not quite enough. Otherwise, I'd take him in a heartbeat at 16 posies. You guys know I'm very bullish on Berry for 16. Didn't miss at all last year if you take out the head knock game and the shoulder game against Collingwood in the finals. So Berry is a great winger.
One that Kitty Coleman, let's just take a beat on that one, guys. Yeah.
$1.20, and he just hit last week. I'm happy to completely wait for him.
Also, I wouldn't bet it, but I feel like today stinks of Zorko going back-to-back 30s.
Oh, I thought the same. I was like, I feel
we'll get to him.
Yeah. Yep. Let's quickly go through this because again, it's almost 11. I need to upload this video. No one in this. Oh well, these are the same guys in the 16 posse. Let's do the 18 and the 20 in one hit. Fletcher, Blakey, we've talked about. McInerney had the game of his life last week. You guys know I've bet on McInerney countless times. I just don't like going on a player right after their best game.
Yeah, that's probably the best game he'll play all year.
Yep. 30 touches, 3 goals. Yeah, okay. If he has another 3 goals and 30 touches, then sure, that's maybe we got to reconsider. But I think right now he could easily go back between 16 and 18 posies. So let's just hold fire. I'm happy to bet on him next week.
Yep.
Okay, let's go down to the 20 and 22. A lot of options here. Dunkley has been consistent as they come in the first 90% of last year, but he's just been a bit more defensive in the finals and in the Doggies game. So maybe
they might drop the. Yeah, we're betting on hypotheticals if you take this one. I think because I feel like there's an element today where they're like, we need you to play aggressive because club's not there.
That's a good point.
But I don't think that'll happen because to me it's purely Brisbane. Oh, we lost Clug. Okay, Will Ashcroft, you play full time mid now. You've got so many fucking. Oh, we've got Annabelle. He can come in. Like you don't Dunkley just stay doing what you're doing.
Exactly. I would rather go guys who we just know what they're doing this week instead of.
Yeah. He's your most important midfielder.
Yep.
So
Darcy Wilmot has a great 8 out of 10 stretch, but he just doesn't quite have that buffer. And the more important thing, 50% last year. So I know Darcy Wilmot is a 16 to 18 posse bracket player. I think he's paying too much at the moment. You're getting not good odds for him. So
and Kitty's hanging around now.
Fletcher is going to have a good season.
There, Zorko's there. There's a lot of guys that can kick that fucking ball.
Yep. So Callum Mills, I like. Warner and Heaney, I just wish I could. I wish I could get them in the 18 posse bracket, but they weren't paying enough. Both these boys, another 3, 4, 5 cents more, I would have included them. No worries. But Warner has had 20 posies in the last 4 games against Brisbane.
What did Heaney have at half time last week? 1.
Was he on 1? Yeah, did he start slow? It wasn't until the third quarter where like Warner, Heaney all really started to touch it off the back of
That's why I'm just like, until he got kneed in the fucking head, then he's just like, oh, now I'll fucking start playing and I'm going to tear you guys a new one.
And he got 20 in a one-sided game. He will still play a bit of forward, so I like it. But even though that 9 out of 10 looks great, I'm just a bit hesitant. Fletcher,
I think that's for sure.
Yep. Fletcher and Blakey get a reappearance in the following bracket, same as Callum Mills in the 22. So if we go to the 25s and almost all the goals, Ashcroft, Zorko,
I don't
Goulden.
hate the Ash.
Yep. No, I like Ashcroft. I reckon, but again, this is kind of what we're talking about with Dunkley. It's a bit of hypothetical. Will Ashcroft cop the James Jordan tag, or will it be Lachie Neale? Or do they tag at all? But anyway, Will Ashcroft.
Or do they go after Zorks?
Yeah. Well, Zorko, Geelong haven't tagged a halfbacker. I don't think. Oh, actually.
Well, Sydney
tagged. Yeah, Sydney they do. You're right. Sydney they tagged Clark and Wanganeen Miller.
Whitfield. They went after Whitfield and Clark. And who was the other one? Sorry, you said.
Oh, so I was thinking about Jordan Clark and Wanganeen Miller. I couldn't. Unsure.
Yeah, and they also went after Whitfield when they played GWS.
Yeah, so. Actually, that's a good point. So. Before you said that,
I think they're realizing that you can't stick Jimmy Jordan in at the CBAs because he can't play there. But you can stick him in a fucking half forward and maybe get you a goal and he might shut down your best half backer. So that'd be my only concern. But it does stink to me if they don't do that tag. I think this stinks of Zorko going back-to-back 30s.
Yep.
So.
No, I think so too. Sorry, I'm getting a little worried. But so I want to talk about Goulden, love him. Ashcroft could cop the tag, love him. Goal scorer, Kai Lohman and Cam Rayner are presenting good value. But I would almost rather go like a Charlie Curnow for 2. I'd rather go a big full forward at this rate.
Yeah, done.
Yep, nice.
Move on.
Yep, awesome.
Sorry about raffling on about too much there.
Oh, mate, no, this is good. I love chatting about all this footy. So, game 6, this is where it kind of gets tough with the odds because the odds...
Toughest bet of the week.
Yeah, the odds selections was not great. And before you know it, I got all Adelaide players. So I've really had to just get a Collingwood bloke in there because all Collingwood players have lost value after their great game last week. And all Adelaide players are coming off their first game.
I don't know, maybe it's just me. Like, I'm a Collingwood fan, but it stings to me if, like, dude, Collingwood, a lot of Collingwood people just punt on Collingwood players and wreck their markets everywhere.
Yeah, they're not paying great. But Darcy Fogarty for 10. We've spoken about a lot of the full forwards getting a decent amount of touches in this quick speed footy. Ben Keys, who I don't know, kind of hit or miss.
Most hated bloke in Adelaide.
Yeah, he never gets the 1-2s or the kicks in the forward 50 when he's on. But 84% last year. Also, you got to remember, Alex Neil-Bullen's there. Callum Archie's just come in. Rochelle's in the midfield today, assumedly. But Ben Keys, 14 posies. I still think it's a great chance. Maynard's going to rack it up with a lot of touches, chipped around in the half back line. He also hasn't missed in his last 2 years against Adelaide.
Yeah, I don't think, like, my only thing would be, I think he'll play on Fogarty purely because of the lack of height Collingwood's presenting in that back line. But I think they're going to chip. Honestly, I'm intrigued to see what they do because I feel like Collingwood's really going for that slow game style now.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Maynard, Houston, Josh Dacos all got a lot of touches last week. I think they can do it again, even if there is a bit of a worry he has to play on one of the tall forwards for Adelaide. So I've gone. Did I go 15? Okay, I've gone 15 for Maynard, so he has just lost a little bit of value. That's fine. Josh Worrell could be the next captain of Adelaide. Looked great.
Should be the next captain of Adelaide.
Yep. Finished last year really strong. So he was averaging 26 posies in his last 3 games.
All accounts on kicking duties now.
Yep, because there's no...
And the Irishman, Mark Keane's broken leg, so it could be... And I feel like they'll realise, why did we let a guy who doesn't know how to kick in for the last 2 years when we've got Worrell there? So,
yep. Yeah. No, I think that's a really good point. And the last one there is Jordan Dawson, who only missed 4 times last year. His last 19 miss was against Collingwood in that final, if I'm correct.
Yes. He missed that game. Started off really well, but remember, I think that
Adelaide's midfield got just
their pots and pans midfield. Remember, Dawson's rocking up, and they're all fucking headbutting pots and pans. The rest of the team he's got, especially as well, no Rankin as well. It's what Berry. Fuck, what are you going in
Rochelle at the moment.
Rochelle.
Yeah. Anyway, so Dawson, like literally, you expect him to get 20 posies, surely. So I like that pick. In the 10 posie bracket, the only option there is Fogarty, in my opinion. 12 posie bracket, Callum Archie, but it's his first game, so all these stats are when he played at Brisbane. So maybe let's just see first how he goes and what his role is for the Adelaide team, because for all we know, he could either have a weird role on... I don't think it's going to happen, but like he could be a sort of tagging role because he usually is a forward defensive player where he'll look on the half backers, so he could be on like a Dacos, Josh Dacos. But
yeah, I think if you're going after any of Collingwood's defenders, it's Josh Dacos.
Yeah. Right? So anyway, I like Callum Archie, but I just want to see him how he plays first in the new club. The 14 posie bracket, still side bottom I've highlighted, but I really want to flag that he could get the low game time minutes. He got 15 posies last week, but we saw Pendlebury get it last week. Could easily be side bottom this week.
Do we know what his CBA? It was just above 65, I think. But like, I think Pendlebury, they could just switch that week to week. All right, this week side bottom, you're on the low game time. Pendlebury, you're going to play the normal game time.
Yep. So I could maybe go 14, but I don't think I could go any higher for side bottom. Ben Keys is presenting good value there. Neil Buller, Quaynor. I mean, not tempting enough.
You're really risking it when you start to get into those guys. So.
Yeah. You can just see there's not much options here. Like, I'm having to go Rochelle, who has just had low game time, injuries, all that sort of shit. But the hype and the talk of the town is he's going to play a lot of midfield today. So that's why his odds are like that.
Maybe we need to do Quaynor, I think in that semi-final, in the first final, remember, after all the shit that went down and he went to Adel, got booed. So it would have been his second last game.
Right, so he got 16 against him. Yep.
16 against them in his last game against them. Okay, yep. So even then, and he played an incredible game that day. But Maynard, I remember, was fired up. He was like a dog.
Maynard got 20, so he looks really good.
He was fired up, and now I think he's going to be ready to go.
Yep. Otherwise, not many others. We've spoken about the Ruckman, how we're kind of just holding off for the meantime. Perryman had a tagging role, but still got a lot of it. I don't know if he's going to do that again, so there's just a bit of uncertainty in this bracket.
I just don't know who you tag. You can try and tag Dawson, but...
You probably don't need to, yeah.
Well, Yeah, but like if you shut down Dawson, right, you probably win that game. But I don't think Dawson's a taggable. Oh, Bergman did it, I guess.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
So now we'll see how we go. I might have just lost Jono for a sec. Oh no, got you back. In the 16 posi bracket, Jordan De Goey. So just be careful because he had, I think it was like 68 or 69% time on ground. Yes, he hit, but he also played forward. Collingwood played really good against St Kilda. Can they repeat it against Adelaide, who, just let's remind you guys, won the minor is that what you call it? The minor premiers when they...
That's correct.
Yep, when they win top of the ladder. So Adelaide, everyone thinking are going to regress this year, but let's just hold on because I think De Goey, if the ball's not in the forward line as much, or let's say Dawson and Rochelle have great games, I just want to see a bit more before I'm betting on someone with low time on ground, is what I'm getting at.
With De Goey, this is just what I've heard, is that apparently they had set out how much they wanted. They were like trying to figure out how much he should be, they were predicting for him to run per quarter. And apparently in the first quarter, he ran double the amount that they wanted him to run, or like what they're predicting. So they had to sit him on the bench for basically the entire second quarter because they were worried he was going to blow up and break down. So he is on such a, like, he's literally getting taken out of games that we are, like, that game was in the balance that entire time. They were like, we can't actually play you because you might get injured.
Yep, so that is a great point to note. So it doesn't really matter what the game is in the balance. Well, I mean, if it's in the balance at the end of the game, he's probably playing. But yeah, they're really watching his minutes at the moment. So it might just be a hold fire. Maynard I like for this bracket, but I didn't want to go too crazy when we're already paying good odds. But I could see him getting 16. 18 and the 20 posi bracket. Jack Crisp I like, but he just doesn't quite have that buffer. He's consistent, but I just...
and he's it's too hard to bet on it. If he's playing genuine wing role, nah.
Yeah.
And you just never know with him. Is he in the midfield this week, or is he thrown out to wing? And if he's playing genuine wing role, I think last year we were betting on him for the 15 plus.
No, now he's 8. That's what I mean. The odds for this game are gross. He's 68% this year for 18 plus. Don't like it. That's why I'd much rather go Worrell, who is 80%, 9 out of 10, 4.3 above. Really like Worrell.
Saligo, not with the heart.
Yeah, Saligo.
It's going to be a really low game time.
That's a great point. Maybe even just unhighlight at this rate. But so yeah, he missed the whole preseason. Did he with that heart issue, or did he play?
No, he played. He was there for all the preseason, and then he had him. I don't think there's anything called minor heart surgery. I don't think it's you're getting operator on your heart 2 weeks before you're going to play a round one game.
Yep.
Yeah.
That screams limited minutes.
Yeah. Crispy's in that Matty Roberts, that wing, all that wing kind of thing. I feel like we're all in this bracket. Same with you, right? We don't know what's happening with these new rules. Is it now that wingmen are all of a sudden becoming 20 plus, gone from that 15 plus bracket, because it's like, are we just flinging the ball down the wings constantly now?
So far, I've seen, like, what I'm liking is either the half backers or the wingers at the moment. So that's what I'm really liking.
And the wing used to be the graveyard shift. Fucking go put him out there to die. Like Dan Houston got thrown out to the wing last year because he couldn't get a kick.
Yeah, actually, let's quickly speak about him. Dan Houston, who had a great game one. Again, he is 29% hit rate last year, was not himself. I want to see more of it. I think I was very tempted to include. I'm not going to lie. I think this could be his year, but I just can't. I'm going to wait.
Yeah, I think you either roll the dice now, because if he comes out with 28 again, that 20 bracket's gone. So if you like Houston and you liked what he did, you go for it. But I still think you're right. There's a chance that maybe it's that fucking 15 touch game. Because especially as well with the smaller defense, he actually will have to, they'll rely on him for the defense again, which he can't, he's not very good at.
Yep. So. No, I think so too. And it's a great point where if you're bullish on him now's the time, because if he does do it, he's going to be $1.20 or something, get even shorter, or then you do what we will probably do. We'll get him on a lower bracket or something. So,
yeah, I think I think there's better value in waiting for him in the lower bracket, or I think he might even be looking at him in the 22, 25, which I don't like at all. So, yeah.
No, awesome. The other one's Rory Laird. I was very tempted to include $1.19. So yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that pick. Even though he doesn't get kickouts, he still gets a lot of it in the back.
That 30 as well. Got those last two games that he played last year were CBA games.
You're right. Yes, you're right. So
because their midfield was so depleted, and that they couldn't put it. And they were relying on old Rory Laird to try and save their ass. So more thinking 23 touches.
Yeah. So maybe this. Yep. So. No, I think you're right. This 22, I still think is on the cards, halfback, but he's just another year older. Can he do it? So Yeah.
They can't, like, they have to try and turn one of these. Like, that's why they're looking at Richelli, right?
Yep.
That's why they're looking at Richelli, because they're like, we can't keep going to Rory Laird.
Yep. I really like Josh Dacos for this price, and he showed like great signs running around in that back line. Nick Dacos unfortunately doesn't have any value, and I just can't do the 30 posi bracket. I don't think maybe done it once. Maybe once.
I think we did it with Jack McRae last year.
I'm almost positive.
Maybe Bailey Smith, but I don't.
Yeah.
It's not something we like to do, and maybe we never get Nick in the 25 this year.
Yeah.
Probably similar to Jagger Smith at this rate. We might never bet Jagger Smith just at this rate because he's just racking it up too much.
Yeah. So anyway, I like the Dacos brothers, but it's just where can you get them at good odds? And at the moment, it's not really anywhere in the brackets. Last thing, goal scorers, Taylor Walker, great.
For one is a fucking just bet it.
Yeah, it looks really good. And as we've said,
I think we don't always bet goals, but if you're gonna bet a goal, it's fucking Taylor Walker on it.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna have fucking on him.
He missed 3 times last year, so he's 87%. Kicked a goal in his last 4 outings against the Pies. He's coming.
There's no key position players.
Yep. So, no, I really like that Tex Walker one. The next one there is Riley Thilthorpe for 2, so I rate that, but he could also help in the ruck. And the big thrill seeker, can do it. But...
he's... I don't know what the injury is, but he was like touch and go this week to play.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I can't remember, but in the Pracky match, he kicked like 4 goals in the first quarter. He looked amazing, so unless there was something in between there, I'm not too sure, but...
I wouldn't bet any Collingwood goal scorers, by the way.
No.
Jamie's Jamie for a 1, but Jamie's having to play almost like a traditional full forward because our other full forwards, our other guys are just not up to it, and Jamie's just getting walloped.
Yep.
So he's trying his heart out, but it's just he's so undersized out playing at full forward.
Yep.
So.
Awesome. No, I think that's it. Before we just quickly wrap up, I'm just going to say I'm going to now just speak about the Sunday bets because actually, if I show this, we just haven't had the time. I'm a bit slower at doing all this, but
we'll be better in the coming weeks, though, guys. So.
Yeah. It's just honestly, once we hit the straps and stuff, like here's the form guide. I'm not going to go through. I'm going to do a post. It's
to the fans as well. Like at the moment, where like with these rule changes especially is like start of the year with the position changes and rule changes, we really don't know, like everything's up in the air a bit, so we have to spend so much more time trying to figure out these things. So in fairness to James has picked some absolute winners the last couple of games.
Yeah, and I feel like you guys would understand that's the trade-off, right? If we got to spend a little bit more time doing this, I feel like just drip feeding the information is better if we're getting winners. So I think it's the proof's in the pudding at the moment with how we've started this year. So we're going to quickly end the recording, get the video out, but we will see you boys next week. All right, peace. I'm just recording this before Jono gets in, and as you'll see, the Sunday games I haven't done. Honestly, it's probably, I said in the start of the video, it's taking me longer each game to get the bet ready because I'm just trying to really go through the players and to try and get all this done between like Friday night and Saturday morning. I don't have the speed that I had last year. I feel like once I get the ball rolling, it might be okay. And I'll start to include the Sunday games in the video because, I mean, that's what I did last year. But yeah, right now, it's just I haven't had the opportunity to go through and who I want. So maybe I'll just scroll through and show the information. But before I do, I just really want to clarify where you can find these Sunday games. First, let's just back up to the Thursday and the Friday. So you guys have seen that plenty of times. You guys are used to it by now. YouTube channel, posts. This is where you'll see the Thursday and Friday games. I'll always post here. I'll have a note for all the players, blah, blah, blah. You guys have seen this. I hope you guys read it. Bets here. Awesome. The other thing, the Sunday games, right? Usually should be in the video. I just haven't had time, and believe me, I've been up to like 1 a.m. last night, and I got up at 7, smashed my coffee to try and get this done, but to no avail. It's been, I'm not as fast as I was last year. Give me a second to hopefully get in the swing of things, but what I'm going to do is there's going to be 2 ways to find this info, and it's going to be in the comments section. And so this is the video from last year. Let me just hide the Excel. This is the video from last week, and when the Sunday games changed, I did a little post in the YouTube comments section saying, hey all, blah, 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 please click this, and I've shown this at the start of the video, but I'm just going to do it again because I really want the message to get across, just where you can find it. Make sure we're all on the same page here. Too much. So in the video of last week, scroll down, click this, and it's going to take you to the little form guide that I made. So you can actually, it's kind of just off the screen a little bit, but you can click on the tabs down the bottom. So down here, you can click on which game 4, game 5. This was the game 5 update. This is what I've got here. There's nothing for game 6 or what have you at the moment. But the plan is to find the Sunday games here in the comments section. If you guys could like it and let me know that you've seen it, because otherwise I'll just see it's like 4 likes compared to the video likes. I don't know if people are seeing this. That's why I've also got the second way to find this information, and that is in the Discord. So the Discord is linked on my YouTube channel. You click, if you don't use Discord, that's fine. That's why I'm posting it in the YouTube comments. But I know a lot of people use a Discord, so you click on that thing, go to the form guide channel. There's also an AFL channel if you just want to type and talk about the game and what have you. But yeah, so my Discord, the form guide channel, and that's where you'll find it. So that's what I'm going to do this Saturday. So let me just do that again. So we're going to have, I'm just going to hide this over my face so we can see the 2 options. So one option is the Discord on the left. That's where I'm going to post it. And then the other option is the YouTube on the right. So the comment section or the Discord. I don't expect all you guys to use Discord. That's fine. But I assume all you guys who are seeing the bets are seeing the video. So that's why I'm going to post it in the YouTube comment section down below. You click it. You don't need I don't think you need an account or anything. All I'm doing is just linking a Google Sheets. So it's nothing crazy. I'm going to pin it. That's where the Sunday games are going to be. Because otherwise, yeah, apologies again. Haven't had enough time. But I mean, I don't think I even have time to go through this because it's almost 10 a.m. I need to get the other video sorted. So yeah, I haven't had a chance to look through these or hone it down into who I like yet. But I mean, yeah, I'm going to have to post this for the YouTube comment section. So I need to upload this video. Let me know if there's another way or another option, or if you think there's something better, let me know. But I feel like this is good. I don't want to have multiple platforms. I don't want like an Instagram, a Facebook, or all this shit. I post YouTube videos. I'd like to keep all the info on YouTube, whether that's the posts or the comments. The Discord is just something extra if you want to join, where you talk about the games and what have you. So yeah, feel free to join that, but you don't have to find the bets. So hopefully we get up this week. I'll keep you posted, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, peace.